Hey Solow Sportsters, I have Arthur Ashe behind me, grandstand here, the practice courts, and everything you love about the US Open right here in New York. And as well, it's the home of Solow Sports at the NTC to show you the details and the play test for this new Babolat Pure Aero Lite 2023. We're gonna kick it off, bring it to you, and tell you all about it. For this play test in the Aero's lightest model, we went with a Babolat synthetic gut. We put it in this yellow color to match the racket and pop. I don't know about you, but when I was a young kid, I can remember every detail and color on my first bike, and I hope when a new young and up-and-coming player gets this racket, they remember every color, detail about the racket, the string, and so forth for many memories to make on this style racket. New for 2023 is the Babolat Pure Aero Lite. This racket boasts a head size of 100 square inches and an unstrung weight of 270 grams, equaling 9.5 ounces. The swing weight is 304, putting the balance at the 13.4 inch mark, making it 1-point headlight on this standard length 27 inch frame with a variable beam of 23 by 26 by 23 millimeters. The stiffness is somewhat firm at a 65 RA. The string pattern is open as a 16 by 19, and the stock grip is the Babolat Syntec Pro with this yellow, black, and shaped design. Normally when brands make a new racket, it's purely a cosmetic, and that is a bit of the case with this racket, but what a cosmetic it is. I love these angular features that they put in the throat, accentuating that arrow line, putting the word light. Definitely that tapered beam looks fantastic to give it that arrow name, and I think they did a great job by keeping the family tradition of popping some yellow in there and updating it for a new market. So what do you guys think? Did they knock it out of the park, or do you like one of the older Aero models better? The Aero is called a spin machine. The racket is endorsed by Rafael Nadal, who probably has more spin than anyone else, and that's exactly what I noticed from the baseline. The racket head speed and the maneuverability was so fast. I was getting excellent racket head speed, and that all converted to and created tons of spin. So I was getting an awesome arc over the net. I was getting a lot of action, a lot of bite, a lot of kick when the ball was bouncing. I was pushing my opponent back behind the court and doing all of these things that the regular modern day player with a Western to semi-Western grip is gonna love. So I had a lot of fun with it at the baseline. It didn't hold me back. It gave tons of power and spin, whether it was the forehand or the backhand, and this is a baseliner's dream. It doesn't do so much at the net, but mid-court, on the rise, out wide, high over the shoulder, low below the knees, everything was just amazing when it comes to the Aero. Now this racket is not ideally made for an adult male like myself. This is best in the hands of a young player, that up and coming junior, maybe somebody as young as 9 years old to as old as 13 years old. It's meant for these young players to work their way through the silo, start off with that Aero Lite. When they get older, go to the Aero Team, which is a midweight, and when they get older than that, they can finish at the Aero, the standard 300 weight, and for those that progress to college tennis and high-end tennis can always try the Alcaraz Aero 98, which is even heavier. So again, this racket is not meant for me, and it was also not meant for net play. Having said that, it still volleyed pretty great. I think using the Aeros through the years, they started off as pretty awful at the net, and now they're becoming more of an all-court weapon. They fixed some of those things that started off where this was purely a baseliner's racket, and you would never go to net other than to knock off that overhead or hit that sitting volley. I think now it's really doing better, where it holds up at net more and is gearing towards that all-court weapon, but still very much a baseliner's perfect racket.
The Babolat Pure Aero Lite is the lightest installment from this renowned spin-friendly silo. As the racket comes in 4 different weight classes, this lightest variation is best for young players and preteens. It serves as the ultimate building block for youth tournament players learning the game and developing a background in spin with an emphasis on the baseline. Two-hand backhands and modern grip styles of semi-western and western will get the full benefit of this aerodynamic technology to create effortless racket head speed on the court. I am aware some might suggest this to an adult player, but we feel this is a clear transition starting point for the Aero series made specifically for the kid player, and there can be exceptions of a tiny petite adult who it might pertain to. Similar options include the Head Extreme MPL, Dunlop SX 300 Lite, Solinco Blackout 265, Yonex V-Core 100L, Technofiber TF X1 275, Wilson Burn 100 ULS, and the list goes on and on. I would be lying if I didn't say this was the best option on the market, and I think other brands would be lying too if they didn't admit that it's why the Babolat Pure Aero was the spin racket they aspired to copy when they made their second place options.
We've made it to the end of our video, and sadly, as I'm recording this, Nadal is making it to the end of his career. Really tough time for all of these legends of tennis kind of retiring and making way for the new generation. I don't know, it's gonna hurt me a little bit not to see Nadal, Federer, Djokovic, and these guys on court, but maybe I'll love the new generation, and maybe you'll love this new Aero. So thanks for watching.